Wonderful. All right, I'll give you a brief snap list of who I am. The name is Harold Richards. I'm a mechanical engineer at JPS for 31 years. I've been here. So I build and repair components for the power plant. So my machine can't go in this room, but there are small tools that we use to do our job. So we have been powering Jamaica
Be
for the
quiet, be
last 100
quiet.
years.
Shh, come, boys.
JPS has been in Jamaica for
Come.
100 years now. That's all long. And powering Jamaica. It's a great company to work with. And so I would advise you aspire to work for JPS as well. Because there's a lot of areas in JPS. It's not just the men that you see working on the lines. There are people working in the power plants that create the current that send it outside that you get it in your house. So you have people in every sector. You have people in billing. You have people in different areas of JPS. There's a wide variety of areas: accounting, HR, safety and health and wellness. You have a host of areas in JPS. So you can aspire to work for a company that has impact on the entire country. We touch lives right through and through Jamaica. And that's a great place to work for. And so what I do at JPS, I help with the maintenance and the power plants running at their optimum. We have a host of different power plants. We have steam, we have gas, we have hydro, we have wind farm, and we have solar, renewables, we call them renewable energy, and that is where the world is going right now, renewables. So there's a lot of areas that you can prepare yourself to work in. We have people who do robotics, we have people who do simulation, we have operators, there's a host of areas. So being an engineer, you don't bubble down in just one area. You have mechanical engineer, you have electrical engineer, you have system engineer, you have engineer for every area. So when you hear the word engineering, it's not just a little mechanic pulling to school. You can be proficient in different areas, but you have to master one area. That must be the area that drive you, where your passion there. If you love work with your hand, if you love working with your hands, that is where your passion is. If you love academics, you can be a scientist, you can be a physicist, you can even be a plane engineer. I have friends working with SpaceX and they build parts for the spaceship that blew apart earlier this year. So you can get the opportunity to work in a whole lot of different areas. You have Eros, gas turbine. These are like plane engines. So we call them the Eros. They are really turbines. Those big things you see on the plane, they are turbine engine. And so we work on all of those. I've worked on all of them. Next week I'll be in Mobile. We have a host of plants that right spread across Jamaica. And you might know some of them. You pass them and know you know it's a power plant. So we have two, one out in West Kingston, over by Tivoli. That's a private PPE they call it. Private power plant. And you have Unspeed that is owned by the JPS, that is the Jamaican government as well. But now JPS has been sold and two company owners, East West Power, a Korean company, and Japan, a company named Maribini. So Jamaica Public Service is owned by two companies, and the government only have 20% share in JPS. So we don't own it. We just have a director on board. We don't have any say. That's it for JPS. So I'm just introducing you to a company that touch lives across Jamaica. And don't settle for where you're at now. There's a whole heap of stuff you can study. But just find that area early in your life. If you can't do it from now, it will be good enough. But when I was 17, I didn't know what I wanted to be. But I had a father who had vision. When I didn't have a clue which direction I wanted to go, he was declaring, you're going to be an engineer, your brother going to be a mechanic, your sister going to be a bank manager, and the next one going to be a designer. And we all came out to be all that our father declared over us. And my father was in Hinduism. He was a Christian. But he was practicing something that was in the Bible as well. Declare a thing and it shall be established. So he has never read a Bible. But yet still he was doing something. He was declaring something as a sinner, a worldly, and an unbeliever. And it came to pass. I became an engineer. My sister became a bank director. My other sister became a designer. And my brother became a mechanic. He went to Jaggers. So we all came out to be all that he has declared over us. And if nobody now declare over you, declare something over you. Where you want to be. Start talking to yourself. People might think you're crazy, but do it to yourself. If your granny, your mother, your father don't declare over you, declare something over yourself. And believe it. And have faith in what you say. And watch God help you to fulfill that tuition, that desire that you have in your heart. And if I should ask what you would want to be, how many of you guys will hold up your hands and tell me what you want to be? Anyone?
A cowboy.
A cowboy?
Yes.
Sounds good. You can be a cowboy as well. You can be more than a cowboy. You can be a doctor, you can be a space astronaut, you can be anything. The sky is not the limit.
Like police and Superman and all.
You can be anything you want to be. But just have faith and believe and study hard. Study. Practice. And you will accomplish all those goals. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. You're wonderful. You want to help people. You love it, helping people to get well. That's a passion. Follow that passion and you can't be wrong. How many of you guys want to be rich? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Firefighter. Yeah, man. You want to help people. You want to save people's life. That's a good attribute to have. The help. A lawyer. Yeah, man. You want to defend the poor. You want to help the brave and the strong. That's good. That's powerful. Follow your passion. Don't let nothing hinder you. You might buck up on some blocks in the way, but you will get over them. Just push yourself. Believe in yourself. Just always believe in yourself. If you fail a test today, get up, do it tomorrow again. And if it take a year, continue doing it. And you will see where it brings. Because every time you stumble, you will succeed after. It's not trial and error, it's trial and success. So sometimes, as engineer, we don't even sure. We get a drawing from someone with a schismatic, tell you how to put this thing together, how to make this component, and when you check it out, everything on it wrong. And if you didn't have the experience, you would have made a parts that would cause a plane to crash. It missing by 2,000. It missing by a millimeter. And it would cause the plane to crash because it is not made to specification. The drawing that you got wasn't made to specification. It wasn't scaled properly. And when you make that part and deliver it to the customer, when you put it in other equipment, it crash. And you have to wonder why many people will that. So being an engineer, any parts that move, it has a mechanical engineer behind it. Either in drawing, you can do AutoCAD, you can be CAD and CAM program, you have CNC program. There's a lot of programs out here. There's a lot to learn. So when you hear the word engineer, it don't stop at just being just a small person. Somebody's engineering field. You might think they don't make no money. They make more money than who in a bank. I always believe that persons who wear clean clothes make more money than me. But that's a lie. Sometimes you will see me in an overall, I'm greasy. I'm work whole night. But they achieve more. Because they give you a feeling and a sense of purpose and pride. When you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your family, you're doing it for your friends, and you guys who I don't even know. That will have a reliable service. That when you go in your house, you know how it feel when you go in your house and you're hot and you want to turn on the fan and the lights are there. You say, boy, JPS again, mess up the thing. And people will cuss out JPS and say, no light. But when you go in and go so click and you get the light, you feel good. You feel good. And that is a sense of pride. That is when you achieve your goal and your objective. It gives you a sense of purpose. It lets you feel good for yourself and the work that you put in. And if no one sees you, I've said it, why they never say thanks to you, or value you in any shape or form, you will feel satisfied that you have done your best. And that's all we ask of you. Do your best. Study hard. Show up. Always show up. Keep showing up. Never stop showing up. If you're even late, show up same way. Because you just don't know what will happen when you show up. But if you choose not to show up, you choose not to show up by your exam, you choose not to show up at class, what will happen? You will miss the lesson that could be learned. And that will be a hard thing. So guys, just continue showing up. Nurse, continue showing up. All that you do, you will accomplish. Be encouraged. Just listen to your teacher, take in your lesson, and be encouraged. There's lots of negatives out there, and there's a lot of positive out there, and both of them run concurrently. Good and evil run together. But always try doing good and see what will happen. Be the best that you can. Show up. Continue showing up, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Miss Kaylee's here and she's an astronaut.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So how does one become an engineer?
You got to study, you have to love maths, you have to love physics, you have to do some English, less, but more maths. And you can go from high school, you can start it from high school. You actually have the machine shop. So I'm a machinist. I start out as a machinist, building components. So I went to school for 4 years just to learn machine
No, wait, that's
shop.
Sir,
So yes,
where you know how to build a
well, you get a drawing first
Sit down.
from an engineer who designed it. There's someone always design something. So when they design it, the machinist's job is to make that component. And this is how teacher asks the question, how you learn to be a machinist or an engineer. It starts from school. The passion. You love pulling up things. You love putting them back together. You love see how them work. It starts with a desire, a passion. You just have an inquisitive mind. You just want to know how things work. And if that is where you are at, that is where you start. The technology behind it, you want to learn it. So the desire actually starts in your heart for doing anything you want to do. When I started out, the first thing I wanted to build is a gun. And you would believe that I made one? Yes. Because the skill that they have taught me. Right now, I used to work for the army, repair their guns, the police force, repairing their guns. And I can build the parts then. Give me a drawing and I build it for you. Because that is what everything there in here, so. You don't want to know me store all of that. And so I can go out of the way and go build one for somebody if do something wrong with it. Because I know good and I know evil. So the good of it, you wouldn't want to hurt anyone. The gun is not bad enough. It's always a person behind it. So it takes someone else to make a mistake. And teacher question is very powerful because you need to know from her
Danielle, sit
how
down.
to start out.
Sit down, please.
So you start, when you leave here and you go on to high school, you need to find that area because that is the deciding. Yes. So that is the time when you decide where you want to go. And it don't finish there, you probably go to high school and still not sure which direction, which trajectory you want to follow. You might just be navigating through life, just trying to meander through. And something one morning you wake up with a thought and you decide to follow it. And when you follow it, you say, you know, I don't know where that will lead, but I can find out where this leads. And you follow that path.
This one is right.
And you either get in a trouble, or you succeed, or you fail. So it's best to have a clear path, make a plan. And what I tell my teacher friend them is, because I realized something when I was coming up through school, they teach me some things in school that I've never used. So I waste some whole heap of time I pursue some stuff. If I had known that I wanted to be an engineer from early, me have to study all of the maths. Me have to study all of the physics. The thing them to propel me in the direction that I wanted to go. But they give me this whole heap of stuff. And then now me have to study them. And after a while you find out that them they're never necessary. I could have gone further and faster if I had just studied these things that need me to move me from point A to point B. To becoming an engineer. So it is good if you find out now from an early age what you really want to pursue as a career for your future. Because you guys are the future. So if you find out now what you really want to pursue, the best thing you can do for yourself and your family. Because you won't be going it alone. They will support you. They will encourage you. So these are the things. So you have to go through high school, deciding early which direction you want to go in. She decides that she wants to go out be a nurse. So you know so she's gonna do all the stuff that need to pursue that career in nursing. He wants to become a lawyer. You know him have to study hard. All that requires him to be a lawyer. So that is where it all began, with your decision, the direction. And then now you can seek out help in finding the easiest path, what you need to study to carry you to point A. When you reach point A and you've done that, you have to move to point B to becoming the best engineer possible. So you know, stop with just being an engineer at the first level. You get a degree. Now you have to move to the master's. Then you have to go to the PhD. So there's levels of engineering. So you're honing the gifts that you get. So you have all these levels that when you think you reach, you still have more. The learning is a lifelong thing. It doesn't stop. It continues until you leave this earth. So always be inquisitive. Always have an inquisitive mind, wanting to learn, desire to know what is at the end of the earth. And you find yourself traveling just to find out what is at the end. must travel with purpose, a sense of direction. So you need that early. You need somebody to find you and say, this is the way. So I hope you will pick up something from today's talk that will empower you, that will encourage you, and you can just look over it back and just muddle over it. Sit down and just reflect on what was said. It was a lot, it's a whole mouthful I just said. So I hope you can just reflect on it. Even when you sleep tonight, just think about where you want. First thing, and then try to cement that. Think about seriously what you want to pursue. And write it down. Not just say, boy, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a... Write it down. And every day you get up, put it which way you can see. That when you're discouraged, you remember, say you write it. Paste it by your wall, paste it by your fridge, paste it somewhere where you see it before you. Obaka says, write the vision and make it plain. That whosoever read it will run, they will get energy. So you see, every time you're discouraged, can life have a way of licking you? And you'll get discouraged. And you might just throw your dream and your vision and your passion away. And this is the boy have become worthless. A man without no value, a woman who have no value. Because of discouragement. But put it before you. Keep your vision. Your teacher probably will teach you about vision board. So you write, you take out some pictures and you paste them on a board. This is the life we want. This is the house we want to live in. This are the amount of money you write on yourself a check. Put it before you. Keep it before you. When you're discouraged, you look at it and encourage yourself. Because most of the time, we don't have nobody to encourage you. That's the truth. So you have to have that drive and that passion and that desire of wanting to succeed. And you will do it. By the grace of God, you will do it. Because they need the grace. So you just need to find what God has placed in your heart. Because the word of God says, He gives you the desire of your heart. Not my heart, my desire for you is to do good, to be well. But what if you have a different desire that He placed in you and send you down here? Every one of you in this room is gifted. You're all gifted. You're all powerful. You just don't know who you sit down beside right now. But later in life, it will manifest itself. So you live with one another, love one another, respect each other. Because you just don't know who you are sitting beside. It could be the very same person that you and him fight every day, and he might be the one to open the door for you. So be careful, love each other, respect each other, and help each other to grow. Because you might leave here now, and then in 2 hours back at college. And we have to do the same group work. We have to push one another. So love each other, encourage each other, don't fight. You are here as a group, as a team, as a family, a small family. You have a little meat and tongue of a meat and have probably little fish, but guess what? After a while, forget that. That is something you have to just forget and move on. And just keep growing, keep pushing each other, challenge each other. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself, man. You don't need teacher for there over here every day. When you go home, don't waste time on your computer, don't waste time on your iPad, your phone. Read. Eat that, read it, lead it. If you want to be a leader, read. Because when you read, it broadens your horizon, it broadens your vocabulary, it broadens your knowledge. You can stand up and speak in any conversation. You can hold a conversation with anyone, anywhere, anytime. There's so much books out there. So read, don't afraid to read. Read everything you can see. You see all newspaper, them the news to love. You say, hold on. Read them, man. Because guess what? There's so much happened before that you guys are not aware of. But you're living in a fast-paced world where everything now. The newspaper they write here, so. Yeah, the cleaner is on your phone. Everything is on your phone, you didn't know. Everything, all the information. We used to have to get a library card to go to the library. Now you can bring your library right here. She didn't know. Everything, your dictionary, everything that you need on your phone. The Bible on your phone. Everything is on your phone. So what you need to do, your phone is not just the talk now. It's like your TV in your house, your TV and watch it, you don't even know. Oh, she didn't know that too. Everything are watching you. Your phone are watching. Your phone, people on the next side of the world are listening to every conversation. Somebody, this not private. There's someone listening to everything that. So right now, the US passed a law. If you are traveling to the US, better leave your phone here. If you have made any comments concerning the government of the US, of the United States, they will take your phone and they will check it. And if you have made any comments, I have friends in college right now in a jail, in Pennsylvania, because they were in last year they had a little strike, a protest against the Hamas and Israeli war. And they are locking them up now because of the comments and the thing that they write in the newspaper at college. Because they are on student visa, they are taking away your visa. So be careful of what you put out on your phone, conversation. Don't jump on when you see certain thing when you read and comment on it. Leave it alone. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say anything. This I put a whole heap of people in a trouble right now. Whole heap of people visa is being taken away because of what they have put out there in the public. And once it leave you, it's a public thing. So don't believe your phone is just for you talking. Be careful what you talk on it. Be careful of what you put out here. And it don't go away. When you delete it here, it stores in the cloud, it stores all over the place. You don't know who have the information. When you send a picture, you will have no more control over it once you put it on social media. You might delete it, but someone is seeing it. So it don't stop. Wake up. Be careful of what you're doing. Because, as they say, whatever you do on social media is your footstep. And can follow you anywhere you go. Some people put some derogatory things on it. Only for newness, and they went to look at job. And when they went to the interview, they ask you have to put in all your details here and LinkedIn, your Facebook, you have to put in all of them stuff there. Because I do interview as well for JFS. And when you are in that room and you ask the candidate these questions with the HR person, some stuff we never expect, so them ask the marks. Pertinent stuff concerning you. And if when they're checking it, and if I something with them say, nah, employee of the company. So be careful, guys, what you use your phone to do.
They take your bank information too.
Yes, they take. Listen, the scammer them and make things. So be careful. So we don't want to stray too far. I'm just enlightening you that you are living in a world that is fast-paced, microwave. Everything fast. That don't mean it good enough. A microwave really no good. The US government developed microwave for the soldiers because they need some warm food. So they carry packages in their vests to keep them, and so they need it to be warmed up. So the microwave was the quickest thing, but it's not something healthy. So we have it in our house. That create cancer-like trouble because we just want it quick. If you don't cover the food, the amount of radiation go through it. If you put vegetable in there, the vegetable is no more vegetable. All the nutrients gone from it. Nobody teach you that. But most of you guys just run that microwave, warm up pizza. The nutrients gone. That what would be valuable to you, to nurture you, gone. So just trash you get it. You're just having your stomach full. But the real nutrients that's supposed to make you strong and healthy dry up out of the thing. So you don't put vegetable in a microwave. You don't put callaloo, you don't put lettuce, you don't put none of them things. Salad. Eat them raw. The best thing that you get all the nutrients from the vegetable, that is fruits. So just be careful. There's everything that seems good, the Bible said better. Some things will seem good to a man, but it really not good for him. It seems good enough, but the Lord established everything in our heart. So now everything seems good, really good. And some case microwaves is a good thing. You hot up some water quick. But that don't mean it's healthy. It's better you put it on by a stove, in a kettle, or in a pot. That's the truth of it. So you are learning some truth right now. So just be careful with the information that you have. Be careful what you put out on social media. Be careful where you talk to your friend about my phone. Because people are listening to it. Every text is being scanned. Everything, somebody are watching. Just ask yourself, who is watching it? Who are get this information? What they're doing with it? And you see, they're broadcasting a whole lot of stuff on the TV, telling you that AI now can generate your facial content, change your voice, take over everything for you. We're not day and age that technology is so fast increasing that you're so not sure if I mean stand up in front of your talk because someone else will be at some place, somewhere, Australia or another side of the world, I talk to you now on your TV. And now we are going to the Star Trek age when I probably all old and you not even know Star Trek. We used to watch that and man just zoom and show up in our place. Zoom. These were people already thinking about that. Everything that you see in the movie already is. Solomon said better, there's nothing that is new under the sun. It already created. Whenever you see it in a movie, it already created. So right now, people are now leaving Jamaica, showing up somewhere else in somebody's house. Just like that, technology have increased. So wickedness increased. Just remember that. The Bible said, it said when technology, when knowledge increase, wickedness increase. Because people will use it to do evil. It is good, technology good. They used to ask us a question. If we think, when we're in college, they ask us if technology going to let us be obsolete, human being be obsolete, and or if it going to take away our job. Yes, you will be obsolete because we are SpaceX, Elon Musk, you guys must have heard about him. They are making robots now that are being a cook now. I'll be a household helper. We used to get people to be helper, pay them. Now you buy a robot. It reads so bad now that if you want a wife, you buy a robot. We are at that stage. So technology has increased to a different level. That's something to think about. So your friend that you know as a friend, probably next couple of years you won't have him as a friend. Because something might just take him and then make something looking like him, but then they're really a friend, a robot. That is where we are going. So you can be, I would tell you guys, start looking to robotics. because that is where we are going. Start looking, being a computer tech person, be a programmer, because that is where engineer is going, the new generation. So you have two levels of machinists. You have CNC machinists where you just program. So I would stay around my desk and I put in all the G code. You have a code in for everything. The G code I would use to do the programming for the machine, to write the program. And I just sit down around my desk and just watch the machine work. So you have the 3D printer and you have the man who load the material inside the machine. So that is one person's job. You just take up the literal material, put it in the machine, and just start it. Press the button. And it just within seconds, you get a finished product. But yet still, don't get it to work hard. You get to work, but my body not do no work. So I become fat and lazy because I not even walk again, I just sit down. Before me, I have to walk up by top of the plant and come down. That cut out. So now I have to start go gym. So that's how technology has increased. We used to be literally around the machine doing the work. No, we are not. We get the CNC, them put in at the place. We get one man pay a little bit of money to put the machine, the material in the machine. Me get more of the money because me do the program. Me write the program. Any product we want, you just do it, do the design, the drawing, and all the coordinates, X, Z, and Y coordinates. And you put them in, bam, you get the product that you need. And all the tools they load the machine to do the job. And that is how you see these pretty stuff. This bottle, you see that come on. Every piece of it, it make the mold. That you have plastic inside this, you have aluminum inside this, different material. So in college, you would learn the properties of metal, the different type of metal, what they're for, how they can be used. So engineering deep, very deep. So you know metals like trouble. You have aluminum, you have brass, you have bronze, you have copper, you have lead, you have zinc, you have tin, and you have stainless steel. And all these metals can be made of cast iron, wrought iron. There's a whole lot of different things that you'll have to study. But just prepare yourself, nothing to fear. It gets exciting. As I started out, I have an inquisitive mind to find out things, to learn things. And so I've been encouraging Simeon, stop playing the game. Now stop. Take away phone. He's still a playing game. All me said to him, same thing when I tell him, I same thing I just told you guys. No waste time. You might see it as now you're cool. Stop wasting time. Time is money. And you don't have time. Tomorrow no promise to nobody. Make the most of today. Gandhi have a little saying. And Marcus himself have a saying. You have to understand, if you want to hide something from a black man, you have to put it in a book. Tomorrow no promise to it. Make the most of what you can do today. Make the most of your life today. Live today, because tomorrow might just be too late. So just do all that you can in your earliest. You see, youth, when you have youth, you have everything. When you get over 50, you start going down the hill. We are tapping out. You guys are coming in. What I saw growing up, I used to play a marble, I used to play a gig. You guys don't do that no more. You guys just have to find phone and play. We go talk to my friend, we go learn to swim. How much are you can swim? Not much. Because we used to go to tunnel, we used to go to sea, we used to go to river. That's how things have changed. Most of the time now you spend in your house. You didn't talk to your neighbor. We used to climb tree. We play cricket in the street. We play football. You guys don't play no more. So guess what? We get overweight. I will sleep now. So just be careful, guys. I just come to encourage you guys that you think about seriously what direction you want to go in. Yes, sir. Question? Teacher, any more questions?
No, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Richards, for coming to share with us this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Richards.
Everybody say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Richards.
we appreciate it.